Hey there, welcome back guys. Kind of hard transporting this thing through the teleporter. This video we're going to show you how to fix your Weber grill. That's right, you got your grill and the gas valve isn't working. You've tried everything, refilling your propane tank, trying a different propane tank, changing the gas line, but the problem's probably this thing right here. So without any further ado, let's get started so you're not all up in my grill. We can get this thing up and going so you can cook your wieners, burgers, tofu, whatever it is you do on this thing. We've got you covered. So without any further ado, this thing's heavy. Let's get started. Come.
Well, so first you want to clean everything. Usually what I do is I let the heat do it. I let it cook for like 300 degrees or however high the temperature will go. And then everything just scrapes off. But as you can see, that's not happening today because the grill is not working. We're just going to clean it so that's easy to work with. And we don't want to get the new parts all greased out. All right, we got two brushes here, no and yes. This will scrub it. This one could accidentally, I don't know, find itself lodged somewhere and someone can accidentally eat it, get caught in their throat. So just don't ever use that on a grill. Just elbow grease. All right, knowing that and moving forward, it's just gonna take time. Let's just leave it like that. Clean everything else. All right, so we have these cooking in the sun. They'll be dry in about 30 minutes or so. So now we can just hose it down. Put some water, all that food's gonna go in there. It looks like just burnt. It's really easy to clean it apart. A little bit of a bummer that I can't cook it off, but once we ruled out that there weren't any clogs in the gas line, because you want to check the gas lines. Kind of neat, huh? Close that. We don't use the trays too often. Now we can close it. And so we'll have to put this in the sun. Let the water splash on. Tilt it over to the side. Look for the tracks. It's almost done. Just about dry. Still as good as new.
So another way to rule out the gas line here is we're gonna open this. Don't, then you're pretty much gonna have to order the part. I actually use these for the sprinkler systems when the heads break. And then they're gonna put it right here in the rear. There we go. Once it's on, make sure you screw it really tight on whether or not it's going to be this thing right here. If it lights up, then we know it's the gas line. Nah, I don't even hear the gas coming through. Do you hear anything? And then here we can, and you can always rule it out just by looking, because you could see. Oh yeah, we see it sparking. Okay. So another thing you want to do is rule out the gas line, because sometimes it can get clogged, and hopefully it's clogged, feeding you your gas. Check your levels. A little hard to turn on. We're going to turn it on. This is a pretty good valve because, as you can see, nothing comes out. There's a little safety thing in here. You're gonna need gloves for this part. These gloves fit, but as you can see, somewhat, to some extent. See, they don't fit. Even if the gloves don't fit, wear them anyway, because you don't want the remnants of gas on your hands. And because remember, whatever comes out of there is gonna be flammable. I should write to them and say, yo, your gloves don't fit my hands. All right, so then what you'll do is this. You will put this in like this and see what comes out. Hopefully, nice. So the gas line is not clogged. There is a little bit of a creamy substance, but not a lot. Not like I was expecting. Try it. So you can see my line's not clogged. If it is clogged, you get a lot more of a creamy substance. We ruled that out, and now we know it's not the gas line. So let's take this thing apart and see what we can do. All right, so we have a new valve here, as you can see. I'll leave a link to this in the description, and hopefully this should do the trick, but the trouble will be removing the old one. It's not like we just put it in and it's good to go. So I think there's plenty of room here to work. You can work wherever you want. Make sure your hands are clean. Don't have any remnants of gas, because the last thing you want to do is accidentally trigger that thing over here, which does that. Let's start by taking this thing apart. Okay, so I believe we need to unscrew this right here so we can get into there. I can actually put this like that. Better view of what we are actually doing. Hopefully it turns. Oh, it's turning, but oh, I see. Yeah, it's protruding out. We got one there. You can take out the grills. We'll see why it's easier to work with it when it's clean. There's another screw on the other side, so we're gonna have to turn that over. So the screw will be right here. I don't believe, just keep them handy. You can go electric. See, now we got that. So carefully, you don't want to lift it up from the handle because we just unscrewed the screws that are supporting the handle. And then now we should be able to remove that. See, voila. We got access in there. Again, this is why cleaning it worked wonders. Now, let's see what else we got in there. You're gonna pull this off, see? 11/16. So there we go. The numbers will be on the other side. Put it on and take that bolt off. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. It's not even tightly on there. Turn this around and we're gonna open up the flaps. Part was holding this, but that's okay. We'll put it back. And then we could probably take this off so it's not in our way. I don't believe you need to remove the other half, but this is it on the inside here. But we do need to take this off because it looks like my wife ordered this part too. So knowing that and moving forward, we're gonna remove this screw, lifting, and voila, right there. See, it's loose. See, voila, little angle, and then pull out, and you can get under there if you want to. Grease, just to keep it clean, you know. All right, so that takes care of that. See, we have it partially exposed because we're gonna take that out too. Pop this out, see, like that, push it in, let it pop, and make sure that, push that in like that. Oh my God, look out for cobwebs and spiders. See, no need to unscrew what's in there, but because sometimes those eggs, the nests will pop. All right, so now that we did that, that was great. You don't need to unscrew that. All right, so then what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to loosen up this bolt, see? And we did it by hand, even though it said to use an 11/16, very tight, which is fine, because like we did, and just be able to do it by hand. So then this should go through in here, side by side. Oh no, this one's different. Look at that. A little bit of a bummer. We may be able to finagle it. I don't know why. See here the difference? This one's at an angle. We'll have to swap parts. Because it came out really easily. So there's the old part. And we'll do that. This hopefully should be able to fit on there. Nice. And work the magic without the magic. So now, again, it goes right up there. We should be able to, but even if not, that's okay because now we know this will fit. So, yay, look at that. See? And then hopefully, sweet, look at that. Whoops, don't break your stuff. So now we should be able to put this thingy on correctly, one way, put that on. You could use that tool. We unscrewed it by hand, just snug, you know. Oh nice, so that still works. We can still use one of these things. Remember, gas will come out if you have to put on the other wing, this thing right here. Otherwise, you won't have any place to put your food. So this can go in here, like that. And then just pull that, pop that a little bit. See, voila. Together, we'll create that experience that is just right for you. A little bit of a bummer that that other part didn't work. See, voila. Kind of neat, huh? Really easy job to some extent. It did say the model number. It did say that it would work on this grill. Familiar with what model number you have, I'll show you. Just turn your grill around and you'll see right here in the back, model, the Q1200 red. This one in. Use the flathead and then hopefully the knob will go back on. Portable container so that you can take it on a picnic. And then make sure your room's ventilated when you're doing this because sometimes a lot of gas will come out. Okay, leave that like that. We're gonna turn this around and bring it on down. Cook some hamburgers and hot dogs on this thing. Okay, now the moment of truth. Let's dim the lights, please. So now we're just gonna turn it on. I hear it. I hear the gas, which we never heard before, which means you should. Voila. We did it. Kind of neat, huh? Now we can put our grills back on. Which one's left? Gotta love it. Back on and reattach the gas line. Gas line should go on easily. All right, gas line's on. Turn this on since we turned it off earlier. Nice, I hear that. Love the sound of that. Voila. And now we can cook up lunch on this thing and see how it works. Put that there. We don't have any buns, so we have fajita la hot dog, but they weren't out of the chipotle sauce. Close this, let it cook up. I do recommend putting the grease trap in. This is just regular. If you don't have one, you could still use your grill, but it will change the cleaning process. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh wow, it's cooking up. Temperature is at 350. I almost forgot, when you do the buns are done last because those will cook really fast. Okay, so we got our hot dogs. Oh wow, look, a little crisp and toasty, but that's all right. I saw it smoking and I was like, no. These might be a little crunchy, but I wonder if I can still bend them. Oh yeah, that's good. Let's let that cool off. Nice, these are gonna be really good. It's all right. And it looks like they are done. Don't want them smoking too much. At least the smoking cooked everything off. And the hardest part is getting them off without losing them. Don't lose your wiener. We are golden. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Whoops, the timer's off. Looks like the burgers are ready. We're not doing burgers in this video. I hope that this video helped you. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. Or ideas for other videos. Remember to like. And subscribe. And I'll see you all next time.